For the past 25 years, I have lived on a small island at the entrance to Howe Sound. Howe Sound is truly a remarkable geography, so wild yet so close to Vancouver. Few cities on earth have such a backdrop of scenic beauty. Yet looks can deceive. Howe Sound is in a fragile recovery after decades of mining and pulp mill pollution. So when I heard that a giant gravel mine was proposed in McNab Creek on the shores of this international treasure, I just knew it was wrong. Burnco Limited has proposed a giant gravel mine that will cover an area equal to 100 football fields and produce enough gravel to fill between 400 and 1,000 dump trucks a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The gravel pit, when finished, will be big enough to float the entire fleet of BC ferries. So we went to take a look at what might be lost if the mine goes ahead. The first thing we did was climb some nearby bluffs to get a big view of the McNab Creek estuary, the proposed mine site in nearby Howe Sound.
Looking across the amazing McNab estuary, just beyond that dark green conifer line of old growth forest, a proposed gravel operation equivalent to about 100 football fields in size. And in terms of depth, a 10-story building would disappear inside that gravel pit.
So we headed down to take a closer look. River-mouth estuaries are ecological bonanzas because nutrient-rich stream waters fertilize the ocean, creating an explosion of life. As well, sand and mud carried by the river form tidal flats and marshes that are some of the most productive ecologies on Earth. The beach and its rich wildlife make McNab a favorite destination for boaters and kayakers. Vancouver aquarium divers have found flourishing marine life just offshore of McNab Creek, including a seabed nursery with juvenile scallop, prawn, and herring. Along the shore, life is everywhere. Wild seagrass meadows and marshes stretch along the shore for a kilometer. It's a quiet place. Mudflats teem with clams, oysters, and amphipods.
All right. Want a hand?
After a while, we come upon a stream that flows from the proposed mine area. So we follow it upstream.
Yeah, we're just sort of at the entrance.
Yeah.
Right.
This salmon spawning channel will be destroyed by the mine. Grizzly bear have been seen here during the fall salmon runs. As we walk, there are signs everywhere of the local elk herd. Elk are a species at risk, and in 2001, the BC government transplanted elk into the McNab Creek Valley. Today, a herd of 40 elk depend on the estuary for food and shelter. Tim goes in for an underwater look at McNab Creek. There are lots of trout and juvenile salmon. Finally, we head downstream and back to the boat. The estuary is a place of extraordinary wild beauty and ecological vitality. Howe Sound is just the wrong place for a giant mine operation. After decades of industrial damage, Howe Sound is in recovery. The return of orca, salmon, dolphins, and humpback whale tell us this is so. Please, help us stop this proposed mine.